subscribing, liking, and sharing. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. So guys, in my last video we were talking about mental health, and most people requested me to talk about signs and symptoms of depression. So before we go into that, I wanted to make two things clear. Mental health is inclusive in a way that it does not affect necessarily women. Most people think that women are the only people that are depressed, but men can equally suffer from mental health. So that is one thing, that is one myth I wanted to clear the air about, that mental health is inclusive and men can equally suffer from depression as women. So if you find a man who is saying they are depressed, usidhani yeye ni mwanamke au ni umama. Men can equally suffer from mental health, and that is why most of them die silent, because of the stigma that is surrounding mental health in men. That is one thing I wanted to say. And then the second thing I wanted to say, mental health does not consider the social class or your background, or if you are educated. Mental health is like can affect anyone regardless of their work, regardless of their social status and all that. So mental health is inclusive. It affects the old, the young, employed, unemployed, men and women. So let's get into what has brought us here today, on the signs and symptoms of depression. So depression has very many signs, but I'll talk about the major ones, like the major signs and symptoms. The first thing someone will do when they are depressed is they will lose interest from activities that used to give them like fun. Activities that were fun, they will become less interested in such activity. Maybe if someone used to play football or music, they will dissociate themselves from those kind of activities. You'll find them isolating themselves and they lose interest in those kind of activities. So yeah, that is the first thing. They lose interest in activities that were otherwise fun, activities that were fun. The second sign the second sign is changes in sleep pattern. You'll find you'll have insomnia. Insomnia is when you lack sleep. You stay awake at night, you are unable to sleep, or you will sleep a lot. So most people confuse or most people have this mindset that people who are depressed will lack sleep. But you know, we are different, and different people have different signs and symptoms. So you will either sleep a lot or sleep less. So, the third sign is changes in appetite. Most people will have decreased appetite, and some will have increased appetite. So it's not a must someone who's depressed will have decreased appetite. There's some people when they're depressed, they will eat a lot. So it's either someone will have excessive appetite or someone will have decreased appetite. So that is the third sign. The fourth sign is weight. There's some people when they're depressed, they will add weight. There's some people who will get depressed and they will cut weight. So, and then most of the people will think weight is associated with appetite, but I don't know about that. That is a story for another day. And then another sign is low self-esteem. You find someone who is depressed, they will have low self-esteem. In a way, someone who was positive will become negative. You compliment them, and then they will doubt your compliments, or they will take those compliments as irony or as sarcasm. So they will have negative energy around them. So they will look at themselves in the mirror, and then they see someone different from who they are, and they will not see worth in themselves. That is a sign of someone who is depressed. And guys, you know, at times someone will not come to you and tell you they are depressed. These are the signs. These are the things you will check and notice that this person is not okay. So if you notice that a friend of yours who was always happy and positive is starting to have a negative talk, and they feel like they are not worthy, they feel like they are less important, you compliment them and then they think it's sarcasm, then that is a red light and a red flag for you to notice that something is not good with them. So low self-esteem is another sign of depression. Irritability is another sign of depression. Someone who's always irritable, they will not take any joke, like they are always irritated. It doesn't matter what you say, you'll be joking or you'll be cracking a joke and then they will take it personal, and then they have extreme mood swings. That is a person who is depressed. And lastly, another sign of depression is suicidal ideation. Before that is a major when depression has worsened. So someone will start having suicidal thoughts, they will start thinking of ways of harming themselves, and then they will have suicidal talks. Like they'll tell you, like, I feel like going outside of this world, I feel like the earth can open up and swallow me, I feel like I can go away. So that is someone who has been depressed for quite some time, and then they have reached to a point where they cannot take in those emotions. So yeah, I think those are the key and major signs of depression. Others, there are so many other signs of depression, but those are the major signs of depression. Do not wait for someone to tell you they are depressed. In fact, people who are depressed will not speak up or will not accept that they are depressed. No one will come to you easily and tell you, I feel like I'm depressed or I'm depressed. Some of us will have ego and pride to accept those emotions. We try to hide those kind of emotions. So from the signs and symptoms that you have talked about, you can point out someone who is depressed. So look out and watch out on your friends. Check if they have this kind of signs of depression and help them earlier before they reach to a point where we cannot help them. There's in our society today, there are so many suicides, there are so many things that are happening, and just because people had kept emotions and they didn't find people to talk about. So look out for those kind of signs around those people, around your friends, around your family, and try to help them as early as possible before they reach the suicide part or before they harm themselves. So let's be our brother's keeper. Let's try to talk to people. Call someone, text someone, ask them how they are doing, encourage them. Till next time, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed. Like, share, and comment. If you have a topic on mental health you want us to cover, please make sure you comment it and write it down below so that we can cover it in our next video. Bye.